Okay, we go back live now to Christine Tondorf in Lismore. Christine, what's the latest?
Well, at this stage, it's difficult to know how much of the town has been impacted. Information's still coming out. But just in the past hour, the SES received another 30 calls for help. Also, the Bureau of Meteorology has reinstated that severe weather warning. A lot of the region has cleared. However, as we've seen today in Lismore, there's still the threat of very heavy falls and terrible weather such as we see here.
All right, Christine, thank you.
Good evening. Parts of the far north coast are on flood watch tonight with an evacuation warning now in place. For the latest on this, we go live to Christine Tondorf in Lismore. And Christine, what more do we know?
Well, Maddie, residents of Tumbulgum, Condong and surrounding areas are being urged to prepare for possible flash and riverine flooding. Residents in low-lying areas may need to evacuate if floodwaters rise. It comes after Prime Minister Scott Morrison visited Lismore today to declare it a natural disaster area following yesterday's flash flooding. The damage bill from Lismore's flash flooding could top $20 million. Local businesses are tallying up the losses: machinery, furniture and stock, all ruined by floodwater.
We left here with about a foot and a half of water in the shop, and we just couldn't get anything out. It was just too quick.
A carpet importer who lost $1 million of rugs in the 2017 floods fears Lismore will go under again this summer.
I try to survive much as I can. My expensive rugs to take it back home.
The owner of an antique shop saw thousands of dollars of valuables damaged. But instead of rescuing them, he raced into the waters to pull a woman from a sinking car.
People are saying we're heroes. We're not. We're just average guys.
Even with almost a metre of water at the intersection of Woodluck and Dawson, motorists still tried their luck.
Oh, well, the road wasn't blocked off, so we thought we'd give it a go.
The SES performed 15 rescues and got 136 calls for help. More than 200 millimetres of rain fell, and council says the town's pumps, on since Tuesday, were working flat out.
The issue was that our pumps can only deal with around about 5 millimetres per hour of rainfall, and with 125 in 3 hours, that was far in excess of what they would normally be able to do.
A rising water can also push the water back into the outlets. The SES's hydrologist says the pumps were only switched off for minutes yesterday in an effort to improve performance.
They were just trying to see if they could just change the way the pumps operate to actually pump more water out.
Fire and Rescue has now bought a super pump that can remove 8,000 litres of water in an hour. And the PM and Premier even visited Lismore to thank the SES for their hard work.
But this is a region that is no stranger to floods, and they are a very resilient community.
The Northern Rivers is now declared a natural disaster area, which will help in funding the recovery. Christine Tondorf, Prime 7 News.
Let's head further north. The SES is also preparing for the worst case scenario in the coming days. Christine Tondorf is there in Lismore live for us tonight. Hello to you, Christine. What's the situation on the ground like?
Well, the SES is well prepared. It has volunteers on the ground ready to report for duty given the bad weather could arrive tomorrow. Unfortunately, Balliner's just had its boat serviced. It's impossible to say where the heaviest rains will fall, but some areas will be more vulnerable.
It's flash flooding areas. If we get a lot of heavy rain and the tide is in, it takes a bit longer to get out. Just be aware anywhere, particularly going through West Ballina.